like it's kind of like I'm not feeling any undisturbed. Guys, so this video is going to be about an upper tower strut brace. Now they have different ones, but they don't have too many different ones from our platform. But I'm really excited that ECS Tuning just came out with a beautiful one from our platform, which is what you're looking at right now. So the way that this works is these two pieces connect to the ends over there, then it goes over your engine. So I'm going to give you two reasons why I feel that this is an excellent mod for your vehicle. So the first one is going to be just the obvious. It looks really nice. It adds this extra spunk to your vehicle. I mean, it's actually real carbon. It's not heavy at all. And if you're working on a project, if you have a show car, it just gives you that extra spunk that you would need for your car and your engine compartment. If you're passionate about the way your engine looks and you're passionate about your car, this is definitely an extra great looking mod from an appearance perspective. But let's get down to the nitty gritty. What these are actually for is they're supposed to connect to both of your strut towers. And I'm going to show you when I'm actually installing it what I mean by strut tower. Some of you may know, some of you may not know. But what it does is it prevents your wheels from, let's say this is one wheel and this is one wheel. It prevents it from flexing inwards when you're taking turns, when you're hitting aggressive corners, or when you're just overall handling your car. So this kind of sustains it. So let's say this is a wheel and this is a wheel. So when you're driving, when you hit that turn or the corner, you have less flex. And what that does is it improves your handling in your vehicle. It gives you more of a firm experience and it gives you a sportier drivetrain. To be honest, I feel like this should be an accessory that should automatically come with our cars, or any car that you can deem as a car that is a sports car. So I just want to kind of give you guys a quick appearance of how it looks. So it comes in three pieces. It comes with the two ends that connects to the strut brackets, and it comes with the carbon piece that goes in the middle. I do have a strut bar in my car now, which is the only one that they have for our actual, make and the model of our vehicles. But I gotta say, the reason why I like the ECS tunings better is one, it looks better. I might actually wrap my previous one in carbon. And the second thing is, if you look right here, it has more checkpoints to have a more sturdy, firm grip on the actual strut versus the other one has one. And when I open up my engine, you'll see what I'm talking about. Let me show you how the other one looks, and let me show you where these points are going to connect to. As you guys can see right here, I already have a strut bar on my engine. This is an ultra racing strut bar. It's done its job. I have no complaints about it. But the one thing I can say is it only has one checkpoint right here on both sides. So if you look over right here, it has one checkpoint to connect to a bolt. So I'm not getting the entire strut on my vehicle. And just for people without even a strut bar in general, you're just going to have these bolts right here. So it's going to be more flex and more of a looser experience when you're driving. If you look right here on the ECS tuning one, they actually have two checkpoints where the bolts are going to go in. And then that's going to give me more of a stiffer and a better, you know, better control, and I would say a better overall grip on the actual strut tower. So it can almost eliminate 100% flex. So the way that this works is I'm going to put this one on that end, and I'm going to put this one on that end, but I'm going to connect these to the strut bar first. As you guys can see, it comes with replacement bolts that goes into your strut. So you technically don't have to use the one in your car if you want to use the replacement bolts. In addition, it looks like, I don't know what these are for yet, but it appears as if these are just extra replacement parts. But I think they already supplied me with the hardware right there. So yeah, so far so good, guys. I mean, looks pretty cool. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm just gonna unloosen this bolt right here. And once I loosen this bolt, I'm just gonna put this in here, and I'm just gonna slide this right in there. All right, so I'm gonna do that. As you guys can see, I just went ahead and just put this right on the top of this. I just put this right in sync with this, and I just put this screw through here. And so now I'm just gonna pretty much just tighten this up, and that's gonna give me that end of the brace. And then I'm gonna repeat the same thing on the other side. So it's very simple as far as installation, as far as just kind of putting it together. You're just dealing with one bolt and just retightening it. It came with a washer, so I'm going to put a washer on this side too. All right, guys, so as you can see, I went ahead and just connected both of the points. So I just have to tighten it up. Of course, you're going to use something to hold one side, and you're going to use a Allen wrench or Torx on this side. But the process as far as putting it together is pretty simple and self-explanatory. All right. So far, so good. So like I've said before, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this old strut brace. But if you didn't have the strut brace, you just will be removing this bolt and this bolt for the new strut brace that I'm gonna put on there. So you can just disregard this. I know a lot of people probably don't have a strut brace because they don't make too many for our cars. But you just remove this, remove this. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove these two and do the same with the other side. And then I'm gonna, at that point, put on the next one, which is pretty easy, just taking out two bolts and putting them in. Like I said, if you don't have this strut, you're just going to be removing these bolts, which is super easy. You don't have to worry about misaligning your strut because there's another actual strut back here that holds everything in place. So on this specific one, you have to be careful that you don't damage these coolant lines, this coolant reservoir line, as well as this AC compressor line. So I'm using a wrench on this one. As you can see, it fits right in there. And once you break it loose, you can just go ahead and take this one bolt out. All right, so as you guys can see, I currently have that bolt, and if you come over to the other side, currently have that bolt and that bolt. So now it's time to put the new ECS tuning strut tower on top. Okay, so I'm getting ready to put the strut tower on. As you can see right here, I'm just going to place it down so I can show you something. So I left a little bit of flex room right here. I didn't tighten it all the way because I want to make sure I get my points before I tighten it so it can fit flush. And so now I'm just going to just slide it in. So you're going to see as I slide it in right here. Try to do this with one hand, guys. So just to let you guys know, I use this right here just to pry up this wire and this to pry up this wire. I did that so now I can slip it in without any issues. So as you can see, now I can just slip it in. Let me see if I can do this one hand. See, as you can see, I'm trying to do this with one hand, just bear with me. As you can see, now I can slip it in. So now that I have it slipped in, I'm gonna put the other side on, then that's when I'm gonna just put these back down and I'm gonna put the bolts on. So now I'm not able to line it up right 100% right now because I have to do the other side. But as you can see, I just pop these up. They pop right back down. So that this wouldn't be in the way. Then I'll put this back in. I just pretty much just slid it in. As you can see, I'm pretty much just doing the lineup. So when I put the bolts in, I'll be fine. So that's that bolt, and that's that bolt. So now when I put those bolts in there, I should be lined up pretty fast. So I got that end in. So now it's time to go back over to this end. And so as you can see, this end is already lined up appropriately. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put the bolts in that they gave me with the kit. And as you can see, these are the replacement bolts that I'm gonna go ahead and put in. So I'm gonna put those in and then we're gonna see how it looks. All right, so now I'm putting these replacement bolts in. So I'm just gonna go ahead and teeter them in first before I do any tighten. They're going in perfectly. So this is the other one over here. So I'm just kind of teeter them in. That way if I have any issues with the other side, I'll be okay. So I'm just gonna go with the hand. All right. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. Same thing, just teeter that bolt right in there. All right. And so now I'm gonna go ahead and put this one in. So I'm just gonna teeter that bolt right in there, just like that. Fits right in there. And once I'm done teetering these and tightening these, and then I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this bracket to make sure that it's up and flush. So now these parts that I put up, I'm just gonna just push them back down. They just slide right back in there, so you don't have to worry about anything. So I just slide those wires right back in there. And so now I got a little bit of play in this. So I'm just gonna go ahead and tighten it up now. Wow. Wow, now that is what I call a strut bar. And just putting the final touches on your engine. Guys, I love this strut bar. Let me see a side view. So guys, this is a new ECS tuning strut bar. All right, guys, the strut bar is now done and complete on the vehicle. So what we're gonna do right now is we're gonna go ahead and take it for a drive to see if I can feel the difference in my old strut bar, even versus factory. I still have a glimpse of how factory feels. I'm gonna take a factory run first off camera, then I'm just gonna kind of compare it to it. And I got a new mod list video coming up soon, so make sure you guys like and subscribe if you want to learn how to build your Audi, how to troubleshoot problems. This is Bruce with Bruce Custom Motors. Here we go. All right, guys, so I'm just doing a quick little run just to get a feel. Man, I love this steering wheel. Woo! Well, I'm just doing a quick little run just to get a vibe and a feel of how this strut tower feels. Of course, I'm not on the track, so I'm just gonna do some quick turns and just see if I can feel any flexing or anything like that. So yeah, we're doing a real quick run. Can't really show you guys or do too much if I'm not on the track, so I guess you can just hear my voice and just kind of go through this experience with me while I go ahead and just test out this strut tower. All right, here we go, guys. Gotta get a good point to go at. All right. Need a nice little turn. Need a nice little turn. a turn up here if I can. See if I can get this turn. Wow, I really felt that turn. Okay, I really felt control on that turn. You know, like I said, I'm driving with one hand and keeping it safe, but I just really felt the firmness and the control on that turn. Tried to do a sharp turn as I could, so I'm gonna do another turn right here and see. Yeah, I'm feeling the control on those turns. It's a lot more firm, a lot more stiff. My car isn't bouncing up and down as I'm doing the turn. So I definitely would say I can really notice a major difference in this strut tower when you're, let's say if you're going on the freeway, you're trying to hit a sharp angle or turn, and your car is bouncy, it keeps it planted. My car was planted every time, and you know, mind you, I got the phone in my hand and I'm driving with one hand and I'm going the speed limit. But just overall, yeah, I definitely can feel it. I definitely will recommend it. I'm not sponsored by these guys. I'm just giving a true evaluation. Yeah, it's kind of like I'm not feeling any understeer. Kind of like I'm not feeling any understeer at all. Before I would get a little understeer. It's like it eliminated the understeer. Yeah, guys, this is Bruce with Bruce Custom Motors. Thanks for watching another video. Peace, I'm out.